Hey guys, Spiritual Muse here. We have a new moon in Taurus at 7:47 a.m. here in New York. This is going to be a time to really get down to the physical plane. Things are going to come up about money, finances, self-worth, ecology, farming, all of the things that are really basic to our needs, survival, really getting down to the earth plane. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so there's a motherly, feminine energy associated with it. We're going to desire things that are beautiful, things that bring us pleasures, things that make us feel good about our personal environment. So, you might go to a store and find a very sensual fabric like velvet and just need to take it home with you, things like that. You're going to want to make yourself comfortable. Taurus is the power sign of the earth signs. And the Taurus is really good at digging its heels in, being stubborn until manifestations are made. So if there's something you want to manifest, this is a really good time. It's a very transformative time as well. And I'll get more into that when I get into different aspects of what else is going on in the sky with this new moon. This is a time for security, stability, and routine. So if you want to start a new routine, this is a very good time. It's very stable energy. We're going to have a desire to explore and develop facets of ourself and our self-worth. And we're going to have at this time a very Venusian magnetic energy. So people are going to be drawn to us. They're going to want to latch onto our ideas. We also have Venus in Gemini, and Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus. And Venus is within a degree of Pallas Athena, or warrior queen, which is a meteor. This is going to bring about creative, strategic wisdom, the power to create our own reality. And this will be done with goddess-given creative intelligence. We also have some other stars coming into play. The Perseus constellation, which is the stars Agile and Capulus. This is going to bring a strong, intelligent, bold energy. The problem with this is that it can also bring about deceit, violence, and mob mentality. So this is a little bit of the negative aspect of what could be happening in the world. But this is also, on the flip side, going to give us a sense of purpose. We're going to be drawn to different philosophies, or to deepen our philosophy, our religion, or our ideals. We also have Jupiter trine to Neptune, which is helping us with hope, generosity, community spirit, and questing for spiritual truth. So even if bad events happen, natural catastrophes, sort of mob violence happening in the world, we're going to really want to help other humans and to help the environment, and we're going to want to really give back to the earth. So there will be a very stable balance between all of it, and it can actually bring about a lot of good. So we also have a sextile to Venus, which is going to bring about opportunities for love and money. But in order to get these things, we have to take the initiative. Okay, so we have to get down in the dirt, we have to dig, we have to create things, we have to plant our garden. Okay, so you got to really plant your seeds to make things happen. So if you want to find love, maybe you should join a dating site to broaden your pool. And if you want more money, maybe you need to start going out and looking for a job very, very seriously. So you have to really put that intention in. You have to sow that seed, and it's a new moon, so it's a good time to sow any seeds that you want to grow within the next moon cycle. If you are currently having issues in relationships, this is a good time to show some affection, and this can really help to heal those old wounds, because we have this really beautiful earthy Taurus energy that's going to make us really feel very sensual, very loving, very kind. So give someone a hug, give them a kiss. Even if it's just a friend, give them a little love, let them know that you're there and that you care about them. And this can really help cement relationships by showing people that you care by physical actions, okay? Sometimes that's really important. So we also have the new moon trine to Pluto, which can bring about intense and deep experiences, transformation. You have the power to create, but also to resolve any personal or professional issues. So you can either think about manifesting something completely new, or you can focus on manifesting, a better experience with something that currently exists already and resolving anything. We also have Mars square to Uranus, which brings about a tendency to act rashly because Mars is a fire sign. So that can kind of really egg on that Perseus constellation aspect that we have, with that violent nature kind of coming out in a lot of people. This could cause violent outbursts or an original outlook to lead to a breakthrough in your work. This could be a time where somebody comes up with some amazing scientific discovery. So that would be really great if it was the flip side, right? So we have this really interesting thing happening with a lot of really weird energy. It's kind of somewhat dark energy with the Perseus constellation. So maybe let's think about that explosiveness inside of us, that fire that could be violent, and let's think about any explosions we're having inside of us, any earthquakes, anything's really changing. Let's try to use those explosions, that fire, to create something beautiful, because this is a really powerful time for creation as long as we don't use it for destruction. So this is also a very powerful time because we have Uranus at the moment of the new moon still in Aries. And it's been in Aries for quite some time. Now, just 3 hours after the new moon at about 10:47 a.m., Uranus is going to move into Taurus, which is the same sign as this new moon. So it's doing this right after the new moon. And actually some of the most powerful time around the new moon is right when it's brand new, because there's absolutely nothing in the sky. It's just a dark moon, and that's when everything is a blank canvas for new things to be created. So it chose this perfect time to move into Taurus, and it'll be there for the next 7 years. And Uranus has to do with disruption, change, revolution, and innovation. It's a real game changer. The last time it was in Taurus was in 1935, and this brought about the birth of Social Security. So as I said earlier, this could be a time that deals a lot with finances. So our financial situation could be changing a lot right now. We also have Mercury close to Uranus. And Uranus is like a higher octane of Mercurian energy. So I think you guys probably know about Mercury already, because Mercury rules Gemini and it rules communication. So if Uranus is a higher octane of Mercury, that means that it's really, really going to affect communication. This is going to give us a mental abilities upgrade, but it's really kind of like a quieting down of our mind chatter. So it's upgrading our mind, but not in an overactive sort of way that sometimes Gemini's energy can be. It's actually a quieting of the mind so that we can hear our higher self and our guides a little bit better. We also have Mars at 29 degrees of Capricorn, and this imbues all the energy that has come before it because it's at 29 degrees. 9 plus 2 is 11, that's the master number. 9 is a final number before we reach, the next digit. So next would be 30 degrees. So it's the final moment of that possibly being in that particular area. And so that's going to really, sum up all the energy that has come before it. And we have a square with Uranus and Aries, as I mentioned. This is going to bring about the idea of cultural programming versus personal freedom. So you're going to really have this time to question is this really what I believe, or is this something that the culture that I live in has brought me to believe, or that has, you know, sort of changed my mind into believing, or sort of just brought me up believing these things. So it's going to make you question the things that you were brought up to believe, the things that your society believes, possibly. Or maybe you'll just go along with it. Who knows? So this is also trine to the sun and moon, which is bringing about a generous aspect, tangible results. And earth signs, Taurus and Capricorns, both earth signs, so they're going to want to really put their hands and feet in the dirt. Like I said earlier, you're going to want to start to get practical, make a plan, and really figure out what kind of garden you want to grow in your life. And then you can really make that happen. So, to recap, this is our sky chart. To recap, we have a lot of interesting stuff going on with this Taurus new moon. It's at 24 degrees of Taurus on May 15th at 7:47 a.m. This is going to be a time when people start to really join together as a community in order to sort of oppose negative forces. This is going to be a time where we have a lot of interesting things happening in the world, good and bad. We're going to have a really interesting new moon here. There's a lot going on. We're going to be thinking about our inner explosions and the gardens that we want to grow in our own life. We're going to feel really mothering energy. It's a time when you really want to, you know, hold your loved ones close and really show them that you care and just give them a lot of love. If you guys have any questions about this new moon, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. I really hope you have a lovely new moon. Don't forget to write and journal the things you want to manifest this month. It is always, always, always a powerful time, regardless of what sign this new moon is in, what sign any new moon is in. It's always a good time to focus on your manifestations. So my suggestion is to sit down, think about what you want to manifest, and keep it until the full moon on May 29th. And really just see what happens, you know? Just do your best. This is a big time for transformation. It's the time of year when we're planting seeds and they're going to be growing. So maybe you can plant some actual seeds while you plant your internal seeds of things you would like to manifest into your life. But if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to comment below. I'm always just a comment away, and I'm always happy to help. This has been Spiritual Muse, and thank you for joining me. I hope you have a lovely new moon.